So good morning all. Yeah, today we will discuss about the today's class is related to this class and objects in C++. This we have already seen. Again, I'm just repeating. So object is nothing but it is a real world entity, which is nothing but pen, chair, table. Okay, any entity which has both state and behavior is known as an object. Alright. Okay. So yeah, object can be physical as well as logical entity, whereas class is only logical entity. Object అనేది physical existence ఉండొచ్చు. That may be like which may be visible thing, okay, physical existence like chair, pen, table, or it may be logical also, like account is also object, account is also object, okay, but account you cannot see, okay, so that those type of objects also there, okay. Next, object is an encapsulation of both data and operations that can be performed on the data, okay. So object contains both member data and member functions. These are manipulated. So objects లో ఉన్న డేటాని ఎలా మ్యానిపులేషన్ చేస్తామంటే by sending messages. This is called message passing, okay. Object receives a message, it determines the operation to perform itself and how to perform operations. Internally, an object is like data or procedural system, okay. So this we have seen. And object has three characteristics, that is nothing but state is there, so it is nothing but value of that particular object, and behavior, what is the functionality it can be performed, and identity, how uniquely you can identify that object, okay. So one of the attribute or one of the attribute will be acting as the identity. So pen is an object, so its name is Reynolds and its color is white, okay, known as its state, okay. So this name and color are the variables, okay, data members of that particular object, or attributes of that particular object, or properties of that object, and values at that particular may be different, okay. That is called state of the object, okay. Values of that particular object may be different, okay, for different objects, like one may be Reynolds, one may be another, or one may be technotype, one may be anything, and the color may be white, color may be black, color may be red, okay, anything, okay. That is your state. But what is the function of that particular is behavior, like I can use the pen for writing, okay, writing is the behavior. If you take another example like dog, and how can you identify this dog, what is the unique name of that particular dog is the identity, okay. What is the unique name of the company is the identity. That is about identity. And what are the state or attributes, okay, what are the attributes or state, okay, that is nothing but it may be age of the dog and breed of the dog and color of the dog, okay. All these attributes comes under state. And behavior is nothing but what is the functionality of that particular object, okay. uh, it can bark, it can sleep, it can eat, okay. These are the functions, okay. These are the member functions, and whatever the attributes are nothing but data members, okay. And what is the identity, how can you uniquely identify, okay. So like if you have a student, then student can be uniquely identified by the pin number. If you have the if you have some fruit, then yeah, that can be uniquely identified by the name of the fruit, okay. So in that manner I can say. And objects definitions, okay, what are the definitions for object is, object can be called as a real world entity which is I can see in the real world, that is a real world entity, or it may be a runtime entity, okay, or it may be an entity which has both state and behavior. Object is an entity which has both state and behavior and identity also. And it is an instance of class. Instance of class ante object of class. So always this process itself is called class instantiation or object instantiation, okay. Instantiation, creation of object is nothing but instantiation. So object is an instance of a class. So most frequently we will use this definition, that is object is a real time entity or object is a instance of a class. So class is nothing but it is a user defined blueprint or prototype, okay, from which objects are created, okay. ఒక ఫ్రూట్ అనేది ఒక బ్లూ ప్రింట్, దాని నుంచి ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు. వాట్ ఆర్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఫర్ దిస్ ఫ్రూట్ క్లాస్? Mango is an object, and orange is an object, guava is an object, okay. These are the object of fruit class, okay. So class is a user defined blueprint, okay. It's a blueprint. This fruit may contain attributes and everything, attributes, functions, everything it will have. From this I can create any number of objects, okay. Like the same manner, like it's a prototype, okay. Prototype is nothing but model, okay. Before construction of the house, if you have a model or plan, then you can construct any number of similar types, okay, based on the prototype. So in the same manner, class is a prototype for objects creation. So it contains only list of variables and methods, and no memory is allocated for them, okay. This is very important, okay. Class ki entante it will contain a list of variables which are called data members, and methods is nothing but are functions, okay, member functions. And memory is not allocated for the class. Only whenever you created the object for that particular class, then only memory will be allocated. and a collection of similar objects is known as class. Collection of mango, orange, and guava all are the different objects of which class? Fruit class. Okay. In the same manner, it is a logical entity. You cannot show physically. Okay. If mango ante I can show physically, but fruit annappudu I cannot show. It is a logical entity. Okay. So vehicle I cannot show. But if I specify particularly like bike, then I can show bike. Even if I specify car, I can show. But vehicle I cannot. Okay. Vehicle is nothing but it's a logical entity. So it represents the set of properties or methods that are common to all the objects of the similar type. So vehicle is a class which will contain all the attributes and the functions which are similar for all these different types. A class is a group of objects that have some properties, same properties. Okay, all having same properties, common behavior. The class defines characteristics of the objects. Okay, what are the characteristics of objects can be defined inside the class. The term class is abbreviation of the class of objects. Okay. So in OOPS, objects are members of the class. To illustrate the concept of class, let's consider the following statement like fruit. Mango, orange, apple, banana. These are all objects of the class fruit. Bus, car, auto, bike are the objects of class vehicle. S1, S2, S3. S1 ante shift 1 లో ఒక particular student. Okay. S2 shift 2 లో particular student. Okay. S1, S2, S3 are the three student objects of a class student. Okay. In a similar way, you can define many objects of the same class. Okay, this is your class, which will contain both member data, which is also nothing but data members, and this is member functions. So from these classes, I can create any number of objects. I can create any number of objects. Okay, I can create any number of objects. This is your object one, which will contain this. Automatically, whenever you create the object one, it will contain both the data members and member function. This is your object 2, this is your object 1. Like this, I can create any number of objects for the class. So all the objects share the same copy of member functions but maintain separate copy of the member data. Okay. So ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ ఎన్ని క్రియేట్ చేసినా కానీ అన్ని కూడా ఒకటే కాపీ అంటే మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్స్ అనేవి ఏవైతే ఉన్నాయో మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్స్ మాత్రం అన్నిటికీ ఒకటే కాపీ ఉంటుంది మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్స్. ఓకే. సో ఆల్ దీస్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ విల్ share the same member functions. Okay, share the same copy of the member functions but maintain a separate copy for the member data. Hope you got it right. Hello.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So these we can have any number of objects, but each object can be, if I'll take one example like class A, within the class A I have both int A comma B comma C. These are the three data members, and I have within the public section I have two data member, two functions like void get data and void display. These are the two member functions. Okay, two member functions and three data members. The data members are in the private section and the member functions are in the public section. Now I created the objects for this one. So whenever you create the class, then memory will be not allocated. Only when you create the objects for this class, then only memory will be created. So A1 comma A2 comma A3, three objects are created. So three objects are created means A1 is the object is created, and A2 is also object is created, and A3 also object is created, and the memory is allocated. For this A1, separate memory will be allocated for A with 2 bytes or 4 bytes based on the compiler, and ABC. And for this also A, B, C. So three memory will be allocated, A, B, C. For this variable, separate memory will be allocated, but functions are get data and display. So both are the two functions. These are there within the memory. Okay, both these functions are there in the memory. So once this memory is there, okay, both these member functions are there. So all this will share these functions. Okay, all this will share this memory location. That is one thing. Okay, so all the objects share the same copy of the member functions but maintain separate copy for the member data. For this member data or data members, I have a separate memory location will be there, but all will share these common member functions. So what are the differences between class and object? So class and object are separated but related concepts. Every object belongs to a class and every class contains one or more related objects. Okay, every object, okay, even if you are taking any object, A1 is an object which belongs to A class only, A2 also A class only, A3 also A class only, and every class contains one or more related objects. So I can say in this manner. Okay, every object belongs to the class and every class contain one or more related objects. A class is a static because the memory is not allocated for the class. All attributes of the class are static before, during, and execution of the program. The attributes of a class don't change. Okay, attributes of an object are dynamic. Okay, this we have seen. Yeah. So what is the declaration and define and use a class? So before you create an object, first class ki object create cheyadanikante mundu you have to define a class. So a class is a blueprint for the object, nothing but it is a model for the object or prototype for the object. We can think of class as a sketch or prototype of the house. Okay, this we have discussed. Okay, it contains all the details about floors, doors, windows, avanni kuda manaku oka, if you see the plan like this one, then it will contain this hall. Okay, here within the hall we have this bedrooms, everything. Okay, this is your plan. Okay, so this is your door, so that after entering, okay, based on this plan only, okay, we have some attached. Okay, all these things, this is your plan. Based on this plan you can construct the house. Okay, it contains all the details about floors, doors, and windows. In the same manner, class is a blueprint which will contain all the data members and member functions. Based on that one only I can create any number of objects. Okay, so based on these descriptions or this prototype I can build a house. House is the object. Okay, house I can see physically existence, but prototype or plan for the house I cannot see. So plan is nothing but a class which is nothing but a prototype. Based on that prototype I can create any number of houses or any number of objects. As many as houses can be made from the same description, we can create many objects from the class. In the same manner, the class is a blueprint for creation of objects. Based on that blueprint or prototype I can create any number of objects. So what is the declaration for the class? So in C++, a class is in C++ is defined by using a keyword called class, CLASS. Okay, this is the keyword which are used to create the class, and the body of the class defined inside the curly brackets. Okay, curly brackets or curly braces, and determined by the semicolon at the end. Okay, terminated. Okay, always class declaration should be class. And what is the name of the class? We have both data members and member functions, and after this one you have to end with semicolon. So class contain both data members and member functions. So data members are nothing but internal data of the class, which are nothing but variables. Okay, is called data members. So the data members in a class are by default private. Okay, this you know, right? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, unless otherwise, actually otherwise declared as public. Okay, so a class, the internal data members of a class is called data members. The whatever the internal data that is defined inside the class are declared inside the class is called data members. These data members are always private. By default these are private unless you declared as public. మీరు పబ్లిక్ అని డిక్లేర్ చేయనంత వరకు, if you didn't declare any variables, then by default those are private. If you want to declare, make it as public, or if you want to make it as protected, then you have to explicitly you have to mention like private colon or public colon. Okay, if you want to mention the data by not private, protected. Okay, by default if you didn't declare anything, then the data members are by default private. Okay, but if you want to mention the variables as protected or public, then you have to specifically you have to mention like for protected colon or public colon. So by private, by we mean that the data members can only be accessed by the member functions declared within the class or outside the class. Okay, so outside the class kuda declare cheyachu, but only through member functions. Okay, that concept is very important. This is your class, and what is the name of the class, and within the public section I have this roll number. If you then mention this public section, then automatically this is by default private. So we have two data members, one is roll number and one is string name. And if you want to access this private data, then that is possible through only member functions. Okay, so these are the member functions. You can the definition of the class may also contain functions which are called member functions, which are used to operate on the data members defined within the class. The main purpose of the member functions of a class is used to access the data members of the class. The syntax for class declaration containing private and public data members and member functions. Okay, so this is your class and name of the class. Within the access specifier I can specify the data members. It will be public, private, or protected, but by default if you didn't mention any access specifier, it is private. Or otherwise you can make it as private by explicitly specifying like private. Okay, in this manner this may be private, we can have data members, and within the public also we can have data members, or within the protected also I can have anything. Okay, that is member function. So here we have two data members and one member functions. So example for the class test within the private section, I have int data and float data 2. So if you didn't specify this private, then by default this int data 1 and float data 2 are private. And within the public section, I have a member function void function 1, which is used to alert data 1 equal to 2 and float function 2 data 2 equal to 3.5. Okay. So always this is the fundamental rule like member data members always you define in the private section. Even if you didn't specify also by default private. Member functions, we have two member functions. This is one member function. This is another member function. Member function you define within the public section. Okay. This is the fundamental rule because only this private data directly you cannot initialize like int data 1 equal to 2 and float data 2 equal to 3.6. Okay, like this you cannot initialize, it will give error because this always the class there are fundamentally three rules. One is always the private data members are in data member should be in the private section and member functions in the public section, by which I can access it. Through member functions only we can access the data. Through member functions only we can access the data. Okay, access the data members. Okay, these are the three fundamental rules. Okay, so data members should be always within the private section and membership function should be always within the public section, and through member functions only we can access or initialize the data members. Access or initialize. Initialization means the process of, yeah, what is initialization? We can initialize the data. Okay, so through member functions only we can access the data members, access or initialize the data members. Like data 1 equal to 2 అనేది డైరెక్ట్ గా మీరు ఇక్కడ చేయలేరు, కంపల్సరీ యూ హావ్ టు define that within the inside the member functions only. Okay, is that clear? If you got it,
Yes.
just I am revising
Yes.
the concepts, that's it. Okay, what are the three access specifiers we will discuss in detail? Private, public and protected. Okay, you may have noticed this different keywords like private, public, protected. So the private keyword makes the data and functions private. So private data and functions can be accessed only from inside the same class only, that too through member functions, through member functions only. This is very important. Okay, the private data or protected data, generally now I am speaking about private. So private data and functions, okay, both private data members aina member functions aina can be accessed only from inside the same class. Okay, through member functions only. The public keyword makes the data and functions public data and functions can be accessed outside the class or anywhere. Okay, within the class gaani lekapothe outside the class or anywhere you can access this private public data. Here data 1 data 2 are the private members and whereas function 1 and function 2 are public. Okay, so here data 1 data 2 are, అందుకనే నేను ఇప్పుడు బయట ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసి obj డాట్ అని కాల్ చేస్తున్నాను function 1 function 2 ఎందుకంటే అవి రెండు పబ్లిక్ సెక్షన్ లో ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి. Next, if you try to access the private data from outside the class, then compiler shows error. This feature in OOPS is known as data hiding. Okay, so if you try to access this private data outside the class, then it will give the error like you cannot access this member data. You cannot access this data members and చెప్పేసి ఒక ఎర్రర్ వస్తుంది అన్నట్టు. This because of that only I can provide the security to the data. That's why this is called data hiding. Apart from the access specifiers, we have one more access specifier called protected. Okay, so generally we have public, private, most frequently we will use protected also there. So protected data members can be accessed directly using the dot operator inside the subclass of the current class. So ఇక్కడ మనకి ఏంటిదంటే క్లాస్ ఏ లోపల కనుక నాకు ప్రొటెక్టెడ్ డేటా ఉందనుకోండి, this protected data like int a, okay, int a is a protected data. This protected data I can access inside the class through member functions or outside the class also through inheritance. That is nothing but class b. ఇక్కడ మనకు ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ వస్తుంది, that is nothing but a. So this we will discuss in detail. So b అనేది ఏంటిది? b is a subclass of this class a. Okay, సో అది ఎలా ఇన్హెరిటెన్స్ కి మనం ఈ సింటాక్స్ యూజ్ చేస్తాం. వాట్ ఈస్ ద సబ్ క్లాస్ నేమ్, అండ్ హియర్ we will use the visibility mode, and what is the parent class name. Okay, this is the sub class name and this is the parent class name, and I'm using this colon, which is, what is the meaning of this one? B is a class which is inherited from A, so that whatever the properties that are there in A, these will be coming to the B. So that's why అప్పుడు కూడా నేను యాక్సెస్ చేయొచ్చు త్రూ దిస్ మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్. B లో ఉన్న మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్ ద్వారా కూడా ఈ int A అనేది యాక్సెస్ చేయొచ్చు, ప్రొటెక్టెడ్. ఓకే, దట్ ఈస్ యువర్ దిస్ వన్. సో protected data members can be accessed directly using dot operator inside the subclass of the current class. Okay, so subclass, okay, subclass of current class lo kuda access cheyochu. Okay, we will have to follow the steps same as to access private data members. Okay, so what are these access specifiers? Hope the screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
And everyone is following, right?
Yes, sir.
Right. So access specifiers, there are three important access specifiers, that is public, private, protected. So access modifiers are used to implement an important feature of object oriented programming known as data hiding. So the main purpose of the data encapsulation, okay, you have to remember these two concepts, that is data encapsulation, which is nothing but wrapping up of both the data members and member functions inside a class. Wrapping up of ante combining anochu lekapothe grouping up of anochu. Wrapping up of both the data members and member functions. So wrapping up of both data members and member functions, I will place inside a single unit. That single unit is called class. So by using this class, I can define this. By using this class, I can define this, I can achieve this data encapsulation. In the same manner, by using this access specifiers, okay, by using this access specifiers, I can achieve the concept of data hiding, because I'm hiding the data by using the access specifiers only. If I mention the data before that, if you mention the data as private, then no one can access. Then I can provide more security to the data. If I mention it as public, then everyone can access. Then I cannot provide security to the data. So this data hiding can be achieved by using this access specifiers only. So our access specifiers antaru lekapothe access modifiers antaru. Okay, because I can change the access. Okay, modify the access, whether who can access that particular data, whether only class access cheyacha, within the class access cheyacha, within the data members functions use cheyacha, lekapothe outside the class use cheyacha anedi nenu define chestanu by using this access modifiers or access specifiers. So these are used to set the accessibility of the class members. That is, it sets some restrictions on the class members not to get directly accessed by the outside functions. Okay, so it is used to put some restriction, okay, restriction on the data members. That is achieved by using this access specifiers. Who can access the data? Okay, there are three types of access specifiers: public, private, protected. Actually, these are small letters because these are the reserved words or keywords. So this is your public, and this is your private, and this is your protected. So public means all the class members declared under public will be available to everyone. This you have to observe. Okay, so these are the data members which are defined as public inside the class. If I mention some public data members, then those members will be accessible by everyone, are available to everyone. So the data members and member functions declared as public can be accessed by other classes too. Where other classes lo kuda access cheyochu. Ippudu nenu class A అని మెన్షన్ చేశాను, దీంట్లో ఒక పబ్లిక్ డేటా మెన్షన్ చేశాను లైక్ int A. Then class B can also access this A. Class B can also access this A. Okay, the within the same program lo inkoka class kuda తీసుకోవచ్చు that public data. So public members of a class can be accessed from anywhere in the program using the direct member access operator with the object of the class. So ఇప్పుడు నేను క్లాస్ B లో ఎలా యాక్సెస్ చేయొచ్చు అంటే A కి ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి, obj.a అంటే చాలు, అంతే. Okay, is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So if it is a public data members, then everyone can access outside the class or any other class. Okay, so but class B lo use cheyalante compulsory I have to create the object for this A and obj.a ani access cheyచ్చు. That is one thing. And if you take a public example, okay, like this is your class circle, and within the public section we have double radius and double compute area, and I am creating the object for this class, and obj.radius equal to 5.5. Okay, ikkada ila access cheyచ్చు endukante it is a public data. So public data means outside the class also I can access. అంటే ఇక్కడ మీకు ఆల్రెడీ క్లాస్ అనేది ఇక్కడ ఎండ్ అయిపోయింది. యాక్చువల్లీ హియర్ దే మెన్షన్. సో యాక్చువల్లీ దిస్ ఈజ్ యువర్ class ending. So this is your class circle, and within the public section I have one data member which is nothing but radius. Okay, and after this one we have a member function which is nothing but compute area, which is returning the area of the circle. Okay, that is nothing but pi r square, 3.14 into radius. And after this one, this program it has two things. One is data member radius and member function compute area, and both are in the public section. So now if I want to access this public data outside the class, okay, ikkada outside the class kuda access cheyochu. Ela ante just you have to create object for this class. So you have to create object for this class. This concept is called creation of object, or object instantiation, or class instantiation antaru. Okay, so that is nothing but creation of object. Okay, object ela create chesaru, class name object name toti. Okay, appude manaki memory allocate avutundi. And ఈ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ డాట్ రేడియస్ అని మీరు డైరెక్ట్గా యాక్సెస్ చేయొచ్చు, బికాజ్ ఇట్ ఇస్ ఏ పబ్లిక్ మెంబర్ కాబట్టి. ఓకే, అండ్ రేడియస్ ఈజ్ అని చెప్పేసి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ డాట్ రేడియస్, అండ్ కంప్యూట్ ఏరియా అని చెప్పేసి ఆబ్జెక్ట్ డాట్ కంప్యూట్ ఏరియా, రెండు క్యాలిక్యులేట్ చేస్తాను. సో దట్ ఈస్ అబౌట్ పబ్లిక్ యాక్సెస్ స్పేస్, వేర్ యూ కెన్ యాక్సెస్ దిస్ పబ్లిక్ డేటా ఎనీవేర్ అవుట్సైడ్ ద క్లాస్. And the next one is your private data. So if the class data members are declared as private, these can be accessed only by the functions, that is nothing but member functions inside the class. Okay, so the data members which are declared as private inside the class, those can be accessed only by the class, within the class, that too by using these member functions only. They are not allowed to be accessed directly by an object or function outside the class access here. Only the member functions or friend functions could access it. Okay, this we have discussed, right? Who can access this private data? Yeah,
Friend function.
yeah, who can access means member functions is compulsory. Okay, member function, I can access this private or protected data using only member functions of that particular class. Otherwise, without, even it is a non-member function also, you can access this private data by using a special concept called friend functions, okay, which are used to access the private data members of the class. This is about private. So this is an example for the private, like double radius. I have mentioned this private, within the private section I have mentioned the radius as private, but that private data I can access through the member function. So that's why double compute area lo nenu private member ni access cheyochu. Like a member function can access private data members, that is radius into radius, but outside the class matram chestunnaru. Ikkada idi class ending ikkada అయిపోయింది. ఇక్కడ క్లాస్ ఎండ్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత ఇంట్ మెయిన్ అనేది అవుట్ సైడ్ ద క్లాస్. ఓకే, క్లాస్ స్కోప్ ఎక్కడ వరకు, ఇక్కడ వరకే. ఇక్కడ కర్లీ బ్రేస్ స్టార్ట్ అయింది అండ్ ఇక్కడ ఎండ్ అయింది, ఇక్కడ వరకే క్లాస్ స్కోప్. బట్ ఐఎమ్ యాక్సెసింగ్ దిస్ రేడియస్ అనేది, దట్ ఈస్ ఎ ప్రైవేట్ డేటా, బట్ ఐఎమ్ ట్రయింగ్ టు యాక్సెస్ దిస్ రేడియస్ అవుట్ సైడ్ ద క్లాస్. సో దట్స్ వై it is giving an error, compile time error. Okay, it will give compiler, actually it is a compile time error. What is that exact error means? The radius is a variable which cannot be accessed outside the class and చెప్పేసి error వస్తుంది. Okay, that is this one. And area you can call, because it is a public data member function కాబట్టి you can easily call that particular compute area. But only thing is you cannot access this radius. You cannot access this radius outside the class. Okay, outside the class, because that is, as this radius is under private section. This is about private. And another example, like private లో ప్రైవేట్ ని యాక్సెస్ చేయాలంటే ఏంటిది, నేను రేడియస్ ని ఇలా యాక్సెస్ చేయలేను. బట్ ఓన్లీ థింగ్ ఇస్ ఐ కెన్ యాక్సెస్ దిస్ రేడియస్, ఓకే, ఇన్సైడ్ ద డేటా మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్. ఓకే, ఇస్ దట్ క్లియర్? నౌ యూ గాట్ ఇట్ రైట్?
Yes.
Yeah, I cannot access outside, like obj dot radius అని నేను కాల్ చేయలేను outside the class, but radius అనేది I can access within the member function. If I want to access outside also, then I have to make it as public. Okay, that's it. And the last one is your protected access specifier. So protected access specifier is similar to that of private only, but there is a slight difference between protected and private. Is private you can access only inside the class, but protected you can access inside the class as well as outside the class also through inheritance. Only thing is inheritance. Just now we have discussed, right? A అనే క్లాస్ నుంచి B అనేది చేస్తే అప్పుడు నేను I can access this protected data inside the class, within the class itself, or outside the class also through inheritance concept ద్వారా access చేయొచ్చు. So that is about protected data. Is that class members declared as protected are inaccessible outside the class, but they can be accessed only by the derived class. That is nothing but inheritance concept. Okay, all of it clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next one is you are defining this member functions. This we have seen. Member function of the definition you can write inside the class or outside the class. Outside the class చేయాలంటే దేంతో చేయాలి?
Member.
Scope friend function.
Yeah. Outside the class, if I want to define the member function, then what I have to do?
Scope resolution operator.
Very good.
Scope
Scope
resolution
resolution operator. Okay. If you want to write the member function definition outside the class, then you have to use scope resolution operator. Okay. So the member function must be declared inside the class. They can be defined as private or public section and inside or outside the class. Okay. Private అనేది generally most of the cases we will define public section only, and you can define this definition inside the class or outside the class, but outside the class చేసినప్పుడు compulsory scope resolution operator you have to use. Okay. So if the member function definition is defined inside the class, then those functions are called what?
Inline.
Inline functions. Okay. So this also we have seen. So inline functions is nothing but if that member function definition, if you write inside the class itself, those are by default inline functions. If the member function is small, then it should be defined inside the class. Otherwise, it should be defined outside the class. If you want to define outside the class, then that member function you have to use scope resolution operator. Return type, name of the class, scope resolution operator, and function name, parameters. That syntax you have to use if you want to define the outside the class. But if the member function is small, like 2 to 3 lines of code then you can define in that member function inside the class. But if it has more than 2 lines of code, then you have to define outside the class. So if the function is defined outside the class, its prototype declaration must be inside the class. Compulsory మీరు outside definition రాయాలన్నా దాని declaration compulsory you have to define inside the class. While defining the function, scope access operator and class name should be precede the function name. This is nothing but scope access operator and scope resolution operator. So I can define this member function inside the class or outside the class. Okay. If I want to define the member function outside the class, then you have to write this prototype declaration. Okay. Must be done inside the class. And whenever you are defining this member function outside the class, then you have to use scope access operator or scope resolution operator. Okay. Scope resolution operator, which is also called as scope access operator. Next. So inside the class, if the member function of the class can also be defined inside the class. However, when member function is defined inside the class name and the scope resolution operator are not specified in the function header. No need to use scope resolution operator gani class name avasram ledhu. Moreover, the member function defined inside the class definition are by default those are inline functions. Okay. So if you take this simple example like class book, what is the class? Class is the keyword and book is the name of the class, and it has two data members, that is character title, what is the title of the book, and what is the price of the book. Both are data members, and both these data members by default what, in which section they are there?
Private.
Yeah, very good. Okay, private. Okay, so data members which are private, because I didn't specify anything, by default it is private. And these are both these are data member functions. Both these are member functions. And what are under which section these member functions are there?
Public.
Public.
Public. Okay, so these are in the public section. So this is the main thing you have to remember. మీరు ఒక ప్రోగ్రామ్ రాస్తున్నారంటే కంపల్సరీ డేటా మెంబర్స్ అనేవి ప్రైవేట్ లో ఉండాలి, పబ్లిక్ లో మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్స్ ఉండాలి. ఓకే, సో పబ్లిక్ get data character float, this is your declaration, and put data, this is your definition. Okay, for this get data I am just declared, but for this put data I return the definition inside the class itself. So this is nothing but this is the process to define member functions inside the class. Okay, in this example the member function put data is defined inside the class book, hence put data is by default it is inline function. No need to use any keyword like it internal ga, it is like inline only. Okay, if the member function definition is written inside the class itself, then by default those are inline member functions. Okay, is that clear? But compulsory
Yes,
you have to define that if that function contains very less number of codes, then only you have to write inside the class, otherwise you will write outside the class. That is one thing. And outside the class, defining a member function you can define outside the class also. It requires both function declaration you have to be provided inside the class. Okay, సో క్లాస్ లోపలనే మీరు ఫస్ట్ డిక్లరేషన్ చేయాలి. ఫంక్షన్ డిక్లరేషన్ అనేది ఇన్సైడ్. జస్ట్ వెయిట్, ఇఫ్ యు ఆర్ ఇన్ ద వెయిటింగ్ రూమ్ I will admit. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So the definition of the member function outside the class differs from. Okay. So here మీరు ఒకవేళ if you want to define this member function definition outside the class, first you have to declare inside the class. Inside the class declaration compulsory రాయాలి. The member function is declared inside the class like normal function. The declaration informs the compiler that the function is a member of the class and that is it has been defined outside the class. After a member function is declared inside the class, it must be defined outside the class. Okay. Declaration అనేది member function inside the class చేసిన తర్వాత compulsory definition outside the class చేయాలి. The definition of the member function outside the class differs from normal function definition as the function name in the function header is preceded by the class name and scope resolution operator. This is just a syntax. Okay. So what is the syntax for defining the member function outside the class? First return type and what is the name of the class, scope resolution operator, and what is the name of the function and parameters. Okay, this is the syntax. So if you take some example on this one, then class book, title, price, these are the two data members and two member functions, get data and this declaration. This is also declaration and this is also declaration. Both are member functions are declared. And if you want to define the member function outside the class, so I have to write the return type first. So what is the return type for this one? Void. And what is the name of the class? Book and scope resolution operator. And what is the name of the function? Get data and what are the parameters. And after that one, I have written the logic for this one. And book is, and we have put data. I just want to write the definition outside. So that's why first return type and what is the name of the class, book and scope resolution operator and what is the name of the function, and put data does not take any parameters. So it is like this one, and what is the code for this one. Okay. Is that clear? All of you clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. These are all already over. Just I'm revising those topics. That's it. So next topic. So I can define this member function inside the class or outside the class. And what is the next topic? Compare classes with the structures. Okay, we will see in detail. Hope the screen is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
So, and the next concept is what is the comparison of C structures with C++ structures. Okay, there is a concept of C language lo structures undi, C++ lo structures undi. What is the main difference between structures within the C and the C++ structures? So the first one is C structures, and the next one is your C++ structures. So what are the main differences? The first one is your collection of variables or data. Okay, in case of tree C structure, it is a collection of different data members. Okay, only data members. That point is you have to remember. It is a collection of different data members of different data types. Okay, structure antene manaki example entidante, if I have like manaki first oka concept undi A, this is nothing but variable which will contain only one single item. A ane dantlo single item matrame store cheyochu. Ade if I want to store a group of similar items of same data type, then I have to use like 100 items చేయాలంటే A1 A2 A3 ఇట్లా A100 అని రావాలి. సేమ్ ఐటమ్స్ సేమ్ టైప్. బట్ ఇది వెరీ డిసడ్వాంటేజ్ ఉంది కాబట్టి దీన్ని రిమూవ్ చేయడానికి దే ఇంట్రడ్యూస్డ్ ఏ న్యూ కాన్సెప్ట్ కాల్డ్ arrays. By using this arrays, I can store a group of items of similar data type. దాని తర్వాత మళ్ళీ సిమిలర్ కాకుండా నేను డిఫరెంట్ డేటా టైప్ స్టోర్ చేయాలి. అప్పుడు నేను I will go for the new concept called structure. Okay, if I want to store a group of data of different data types, then I will go for the structure. Like struct స్టూడెంట్ అని ఇచ్చారు అనుకోండి, ఈ స్టూడెంట్ లోపల నాకు ఏదైనా ఇవ్వచ్చు. లైక్ క్యారెక్టర్ డేటా టైప్ ఉండొచ్చు విచ్ ఈస్ ఆఫ్ నేమ్ అండ్ క్యారెక్టర్ ఎరే, అండ్ హీ మే హ్యావ్ ఇంట్ రోల్ నెంబర్ ఆర్ హీ మే హ్యావ్ ఫ్లోట్ మార్క్స్. ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ స్ట్రక్చర్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ స్ట్రక్చర్? Structure is a user defined data type which is used to store a group of different data types. Okay, a group of items of different data types, a group of data of different data types. Different data types ఉన్నటువంటి data ni if I want to store inside some place, then I can use structure. Okay, so structure is nothing but it is a collection of data variables or data variables అనేది structure లో, C structure లో. But C++ లో మాత్రం it's a collection of data or variables and functions. ఇక్కడ మనకి functions ఎక్స్ట్రా వస్తాయి C++ structures లో. In case of C structures, it is a collection of data members, only variables కానీ లేకపోతే data కానీ. Are C++ structure, it is a collection of both data variables and also functions. And members are by default public. If you didn't specify any data type, if you didn't specify any access specifier, by default all the data members are public, because there is no concept of access specifier. ఎందుకంటే డేటా హైడింగ్ అనేది లేదు C లో, అందుకనే all the members are by default public, అందుకనే everyone can access outside the structure also. But in case of C++, I can use access specifiers, that is maybe public, private, or protected. Okay, by default if you didn't specify, then private, as same like class structure also, if you didn't specify, those are private by default. And this is also user defined, and this is also user defined data types. Okay, is that clear? I have clear, right?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So again we will discuss in detail. So what are the differences between structures and classes? A structure in C++ can be referred to as user defined data type processing its own operations, and the keyword for the structure declaration is struct. This is small letters only. Struct is the keyword which is used to define the user defined data type. And a class in C++ can also be defined as a collection of related variables and functions encapsulated in a single structure. Both variables untai, next functions untai. This what is the syntax for this one is class. Okay, so this is the keyword for class. Structure in C++. Okay, this is C++ ki sambandhinchina structures, C++ class. Okay, so I think compare C structures with C++ structures. Actually ikkada you have to get this C. Okay, structures in C. Actually this is not this one. మనకి సిలబస్ లో ఉంది కంపేర్ క్లాసెస్ విత్ స్ట్రక్చర్స్. ఓకే, ఐఎమ్ జస్ట్ దిస్ ఈస్ వెరీ డిఫరెంట్ టాపిక్, దట్ ఈస్ C లో ఉన్న స్ట్రక్చర్స్ తోటి C++ స్ట్రక్చర్స్ తోటి. బట్ ఇక్కడ మనకి ఏంటిదంటే ఇన్సైడ్ ద C++ ఓన్లీ ఐఎమ్ కంపేరింగ్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్స్ విత్ classes. So that's why this is C++ only. That is correct. So a structure in C++ can be referred to as user defined data type processing its own operations. Even in C++ structure లో కూడా మనకి both data members ఉంటాయి, member functions ఉంటాయి, or functions ఉంటాయి, variables ఉంటాయి. C++ class లో కూడా which will contain both variables and functions. These are encapsulated in a single structure. Okay, yeah, keyword for this one is class. A structure contains one or more data items and functions which operate on the data items. Okay, this point you have to, it is not there in the textbook, so if you have textbook you can correct it. Okay, a structure contains one or more data items and functions which operate on the data items. Okay, so both structure in C++ అయినా class in C++ లో అయినా రెండిట్లలో డేటా ఐటమ్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఆర్ దట్ ఈస్ నథింగ్ బట్ వేరియబుల్స్ ఉంటాయి, తర్వాత ఫంక్షన్స్ ఉంటాయి, రెండిట్లలో ఉంటాయి. నెక్స్ట్ జనరల్లీ యూజ్డ్ ఫర్ స్మాలర్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ డేటా. ఓకే, స్మాలర్ అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ డేటా ఉన్నప్పుడు మాత్రమే we will go for the C++ structures, but large amount of data ఉన్నప్పుడు C++ క్లాసెస్కి వెళ్తాం. All the data items are public by default. In case of C++ structure, all the data items are public by default. Okay, actually I think I mentioned it as private, but these are also public. In case of C language, by everything is public, and in cases of C++ structure also by default everything is public, but you can change by using this access specifier. Okay, but access specifiers are not there in C language. All the data items are default, by default these are public, but here all the data items are private by default in case of C++ class. But in case of C++ structure, all the data items are public by default. And data hiding is not possible because everything is public, కాబట్టి data hiding is not possible. But here data hiding is possible because I can mention the data members or member functions as private. And it contains no member functions, it contains member functions. అంటే వీటిని మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్స్ అని అనం. ఓకే, ఏది C++ స్ట్రక్చర్స్ లో ఉన్న వాటిని మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్స్ అనము, బట్ నార్మల్ ఫంక్షన్స్ మనము డిఫైన్ చేయొచ్చు ఇన్సైడ్ ద C++ స్ట్రక్చర్స్. బట్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ C++ క్లాసెస్ ఆల్ ఆర్ మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్స్. అంటే కంపల్సరీ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసి దాని ద్వారా మాత్రమే యాక్సెస్ చేయొచ్చు. అండ్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ కెన్ నాట్ బి క్రియేటెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ స్ట్రక్చర్. ఓకే, స్ట్రక్చర్ కి ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయలేము, జస్ట్ వేరియబుల్స్ క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చు, బట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అనేవి క్రియేట్ చేయలేము. బట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ కెన్ బి క్రియేటెడ్ ఫ్రమ్ క్లాసెస్. It is a value type. It is value type and it is reference type. Okay, reference type ante that is nothing but it is like address ki sambandhinchindi annattu. It is just value. Okay, value type ante structure ki oka variable create chestamante a variable will be treated as a value, but oka object oka class ki object create chesamante object is like reference type. It is object is created on the stock memory. Okay, its object or its variable can be created on the stock memory. Okay, but its object is created on the heap memory. Okay, there are two types of memory, that is stack memory and heap memory. So in case of stack memory, whatever the variables that are created by using structure, those will be stored on the stack memory, but whatever the objects that are created by the classes, those will be stored on the heap memory. And data access, it can be public, private, protected. Even in the C++ structures or in C++ classes, we have data access can be public, private, protected. By default, all are public data members in case of C++ structures, but by default, all are private data members in case of C++ classes. It does not support inheritance. C++ structures does not support inheritance, but C++ classes supports inheritance. The member variable of the structure cannot be initialized directly. Okay, so the member variable of the structure cannot be initialized directly. The member variable of the class can be initialized directly using a special concept called constructors. ఈ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్స్ కాన్సెప్ట్ డిస్కస్ చేసినప్పుడు మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది. ఈ మెంబర్ వేరియబుల్ ఆఫ్ ద స్ట్రక్చర్, ఓకే, స్ట్రక్చర్ లోపల ఉన్నటువంటి మెంబర్ వేరియబుల్స్ ఆ డేటా మెంబర్స్ ని యూ కెనాట్ ఇనిషియలైజ్ డైరెక్ట్లీ, బట్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్ యూ కెన్ ఇనిషియలైజ్ దిస్ మెంబర్ ఫంక్షన్స్. డైరెక్ట్ గా చేయలేము, బట్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్స్ అనే స్పెషల్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ద్వారా మనము ఆ మెంబర్ వేరియబుల్స్ ని ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసినప్పుడే ఇనిషియలైజ్ చేయొచ్చు. దట్ కాన్సెప్ట్ విల్ డిస్కస్ ఇన్ డీటెయిల్. ఇట్ కెన్ హ్యావ్ ఓన్లీ పారామీటరైజ్డ్ కన్స్ట్రక్టర్ మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది, but it can have all the three types of constructors like default constructor, parameterized constructor and copy constructor. Okay, avanni we will discuss when we are in the topic of constructors. Okay, at the time we will discuss. And size of the empty structure is 0 bytes. Okay, if you have the size of the empty structure, okay, a structure lopala data members levu, member functions levu, member functions another, data members levu, functions levu, appudu dani size kanukunte that size will be 0 bytes. It won't be any allocation em undadu. But size of the empty class is 1 byte. It will take at least 1 byte. Okay, minimum 1 byte of memory will be allocated, even it does not contain any data members and member functions. Okay, is that clear? All of it clear, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, these are the differences between C++ classes with structures. This you can get for 5 marks. Okay, or otherwise you can it may be like 3 marks question. Okay, cannot be created, then how stack is used for C++ structure? Sir, objects cannot be created, then how stack is used? Okay, so objects are not created, but variables can be created. Okay, for this it is object, ikkada object anoddu, actually this may be variable. So its variables is created, and those variables can be on the stack memory. Okay, stack దగ్గర store అవుతాయి. Whatever the variables that are created for the structure variables can be created or stored on the stack memory, but objects of the class can be created on the heap memory. Okay, so this one, yeah. And next topic is how to create the objects. Okay, these are already over, but again the separate concepts are mentioned. Like an object can be created from the definition of the class. So what is the syntax for creation of object? That is class name. What is the syntax for creation of object? Class name. Yeah, what is the syntax?
Class name and objects.
Yeah, very good. Class name, objects. Okay, you can create any number of objects, like object 1 comma object 2 comma, like this you can create any number of objects. Okay, okay, you can create any number of objects. This is your class object creation. Okay, an object can be created from the definition of the class. A class is a user defined data type, while an object is an instance of the class template. Okay, always what is the definition for the object is nothing but it is an instance of a class. It is an instance of a class. Okay, ఒక క్లాస్ కి పర్టికులర్ ఇన్స్టాన్స్ అన్నట్టు. అంటే క్లాస్ అంటే నేను చూపించలేను కాబట్టి కంపల్సరీ దానికి ఒక ఇన్స్టాన్స్ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాను. అంటే ఇప్పుడు క్లాస్ స్టూడెంట్ అన్నా అనుకోండి, ఆ స్టూడెంట్ అనేవాడిని నేను చూపించలేను. ఓన్లీ స్పెసిఫిక్ గా ప్రవీణ్ అని వచ్చినప్పుడు ప్రవీణ్ ఇస్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఆఫ్ స్టూడెంట్ క్లాస్. దట్స్ ఇట్. ఓకే, సో object is an instance of a particular class which will have some particular value. Okay, everything I can show that particular object. Okay, a class provides a template, sir, which is nothing but prototype, which define the member functions. Okay, within the class I can have both data members and member functions that are required for object of the class type. A class must be defined prior to the class declaration. So class declaration cheyadaninte mundu compulsory class ni actually class must be declared. Okay, actually definition and declaration the same. Okay, so class must be defined prior to the class declaration. Okay, when the class is defined, only the specification for the class object is defined. No memory or storage is allocated. Memory అనేది ఏం allocate కాదు. Class definition అంటే nothing but class name. Okay, class name, and I am writing the data members and member function, and it is ended with semicolon. Okay, it is ended with semicolon. Next, that data members, once you define this class, ఒక క్లాస్ ని కనుక మీరు ఇలా డిఫైన్ చేసినప్పుడు it won't be memory will be allocated. Only memory will be allocated whenever the object is created. To use the data members and member functions defined inside the class, you need to create objects. Okay. Okay, so this is your class A. So inside this class A, I have this data members and member functions. Once you define this data members and member functions inside the class, you cannot, okay, if you want to use these data members, compulsory you have to create the object. So within the void main section, okay, I have to create a obj, then only I can access these data members and member functions. Okay, so we can create the object in any number of any one of the following ways. There are two ways. Okay, along with the definition we can create object like below. Okay, so miru, I think if you know about structure ki variable ela create cheyachu, struct student, I have some data members, whether structure is ended with semicolon or not in case of C language. Yeah, anyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is ended with semicolon. So మీరు కొన్నిసార్లు ఇలానే క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు కదా, you know, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is called a structure variable. You can create at the time of declaration itself, or otherwise if you want to create outside this one, after creation of structure, if you want to create, then you will use struct student s4 comma s5. So like this also you can create. Okay, so this is about structure variables you can create at the time of declaration itself or after declaration. In the similar way, class also you can create in two ways. Class object also, along with the definition we can create the object. Okay, like class name, and here I can have the access space where data members and member functions. Inside the class I can create the objects along with the class declaration itself, like class student a comma b, ila meer direct ga ikkadi ivochu. Okay, this is the first way. Along with the definition of the class, I can create the objects in a similar way. While you creating in the structure also, you can create the variables in the same manner. You can create the object for the class at the time of definition or declaration of the class, and we can also create objects after the class definition. Okay, in this case object type as class name and variable as object. So ela meer create chestarante, so class name ikkada access space where there are data members member functions define chesin tarvata, inside this void main, it's the user defined section. In this you will create the object like what is the name of the class and what is the name of the object. Okay, this we have seen. So this is an example, simple example like class test. In the private section we have two data members 1, data 1 and data 2, and void function, and we have data member function 1 and member function 2. Through member functions only I will access the data and I can initialize the data. So that's why data 1 equal to 2, ikkada meer direct ga 2 ani rayaddu, that will give error, and data 2 equal to 3.5 and return data 2. Okay, and after this one, if I want to access that particular data, I have to create the objects. Okay, I have to create the objects. So how to create these objects, like test o1 comma o2. So this is nothing but creation of object of the class test. Okay, ikkada meeru idi ikkadiki ravali. So if I want to create the object of this class test, then I will create by using this name of the class and objects. Okay, here the two objects are o1 and o2 of the test class. In the above class test, data 1 and data 2 are the data members and function 1 and function 2 are the member functions. So how to access these data members and member functions in C++? Can anyone tell how to access these data members and member functions? What is the syntax? Yeah, what is the syntax for accessing the data members and member functions? Yeah, what is the syntax? So class A int A undi. So if I want to access this A, ela access cheyochu?
By creating an object.
Very good. Okay, first we have to create the object, and after that only I can access this data. Okay, through member function only, because it is a private data. So that's why void get data anedi edana unte get data. So void get data. So this is in the public section, and after this one I can access the by using this obj.get data. Okay, this is the process to access the member function data. Okay, so accessing this data members and member functions in C++, data members ni access cheyalante compulsory public section lone undali, but you cannot access the data members if those data members are in the private section, you cannot access outside. You can access only through the class through member functions only. So we can access the data members and member functions by using a dot operator, which is also called as member access operator. So andukani dot name antarante member access operator, because I can access by using this dot, I can access the members. I can access members. So that's why this is called a member access operator. Okay. So along with the object. So what is the syntax is like, if you create the object, then object dot, what is the name of the function? This will call the function one inside the test class for object o2. And similarly, the data members can be accessed by using this object one dot data 2. But ఇది ఎప్పుడు జరుగుతుందంటే only whenever this data 2 is of type ఏంటి? Yeah. Hello. Everyone following, right? Very good. If this data 2 is only public దాంట్లో data 2 ఉంటే మాత్రమే I can access in this manner. But if it is in the public section, private section, then I cannot access outside the class, then it will give error. But only private section లో ఉన్నది కూడా access చేయాలంటే only through member functions మాత్రమే. It is important to note that private members can be accessed only from the inside the class, okay, through member functions. You can use o2 dot function 1 from any function or class in the above example. However, the code o1 dot data to 5.5 should always be inside the class test class lopala matram cheyali. But generally we won't prefer this one, because o1 I can create outside kabatti data 2 equal to 5.5 ani nenu only class lopala matrame member function lopala matrame rayachu. So this is your class and object example. Like so just simple example, class employee will have id and name and salary. All these are the data members that I defined in the public section or private section. Okay, id, employee id, and what is the name of the employee, and float salary. So there is a data type string in the I think I don't have this string data type in C++. Compulsory I have to use character name of 50. Okay, like this I have to use. And after this one, float salary. This string data type you will be having in the Java gaani lekapothe .NET lo gaani Python lo వీటిలలో string data type ఉంది. But in case of C++, we don't have string data type. You have to use this character array and float salary and int id. These are the three private data members. And after this one, within the public section, I have a member function insert, which is nothing but id, name, salary. Okay, these values are initialized, and it is having another member function display, which is displaying those data. And after this one, if I want to create the object, then name of the class e1, then automatically ఏం చేస్తుందంటే e1 అనే ఒక ఆబ్జెక్ట్ క్రియేట్ అవుతుంది. దాని లోపల నాకు ఏవైతే డేటా మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నాయో, సో డేటా మెంబర్స్ ఏమున్నాయి, ఐడి ఉంది. సో ఐడికి మెమరీ ఎలకేట్ అవుతుంది 2 bytes or 4 bytes. And after this one, name is having 50, so 50 bytes allocate అవుతుంది. Next salary float value, దానికి ఒక 4 bytes or 8 bytes will be allocated. This is for e1. In the same manner, so whenever you create the object for this particular class, then only memory will be allocated. So e2 is an object. For this also id memory will be allocated, and name also 50 bytes will be allocated, and salary also some 4 to 8 bytes will be allocated. And there is a common member functions evaithe unnayo, that is nothing but display and insert data or something, insert function. ఈ member functions kuda memory allocate avutundi, but this will be sharing. Okay, all the objects will share the same copy of this member functions, but they will maintain different copies of the data members inside the objects. Okay, now I can insert the data. If you want to access that particular member function or member data, compulsory you have to use this object name dot member access operator. Okay, so this is your display function. Yeah, hope you understand, right?
Yes, sir.
So in the tomorrow's class, we will discuss about what is area of objects. Okay, then thank you all.